What's up, everybody? It's your guy, Christopher A. Chaplin here. Check me out on Facebook. Organ and Art by CAC. Artbycac.com goes right to my Etsy site until I get my own site. Your support will make that happen. So check this out. I went downstairs into my basement, and it totally reminded me of a problem I used to have, but a problem that I kind of have now, but I'm going to actually utilize it to help show you guys something. So, I used to have a problem with mice. Field mice used to come in the fall, hang out for the winter time, and cause a lot of problems downstairs in the basement. I have a little crawl space for the old part of the house, but the back half of the house is all like it's an extension. So there's a half a basement down there, and you get up on the rafters and all sorts of stuff. So I had laid down some poison, and it worked for a while, but then obviously they build up a resistance to it, or something happens, but they just end up not eating it anymore. They get smart. So I was watching YouTube one day, and I came upon this bucket trap thing. So it's pretty cool. You just get a bucket, you get a coat hanger, you put a hole in the bucket either side, both sides, and you put the hanger through. You get it like a pop can, or even like an apple juice can. You pop a hole in the one side, you use the hole on the other side, and then you thread it through the other end of the bucket, put some peanut butter on it, and basically the mice climb up on the bucket. They hop onto the can, wanting to eat the peanut butter, but they just spin off of the thing. It just keeps rotating, and they fall into the bucket and they drown. But like I said, that was about 2 years ago, and I totally even forgot like the bucket was down there. I didn't, like, last winter I didn't have any problems with mice at all, and this is basically why I'm making a little video about it, because the orgone. Okay, it's beautiful. It's an amazing thing, and it just basically goes to help show how much the universe is all about energies. Everything adheres to the universal law of energies, even mice, roaches, all sorts of bugs and things. Let me just expand on that. Okay, so rodents, they have sensory organs. Their receptors are attracted to decay. Okay, so they're like protons that go around looking for dying electrons, weak electrons they can pounce on and consume and develop more protons and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. They breed, they just spread out. So if you think of them like protons, it can become a huge problem, an infestation. So because mice and roaches and flies, they're attracted to dying things. So even before something looks dead, okay, something could be looking almost perfectly. It's just like a piece of bread. Looks perfect. You go to put it in a toaster or something, and you see a tiny little bit of mold. Okay, so if you didn't see that, you would have cooked it. You probably would have eaten it. You might have got sick. You may not have, but flies, bugs, roaches, all of these things, their job is to go out, sense this decaying energy, and then start eating on it, consuming it. Things that are fresh, they're not really attracted to it. They'll eat it if it's right there in front of them, but that's not their job. Like ants, all of these things, like, this is a bug's job. These are insects. That's their job. To go around and just all this dying matter they consume. Okay, so having the orgone in my house, making it in the basement sometimes, upstairs, just having it in the house in general, I've been able to raise the vibrations of my home. Okay, raise the energy levels. So I'm not saying it's because of it, but like, why was I having mice? Like, I one night had 3 mice in my trap, three mice, okay, in my mouse bucket. Okay, so, but like last year, nothing. Okay, nothing. You know, my mom and you know, she used some, not, I wouldn't say poisons, but some other stuff. But also, she's had the orgone for a couple years now, a good year. No roaches, no mice. She lives above, you know, school where it was just crazy, just totally infested. You know, the orgone's not a magic wand. It's just about energies. It basically raises the vibrations of things. So when it works with animals and it makes them in sync. So even if the mice are here, okay, say the mice are in your home, okay, roaches, whatever, and they have an energy body, they're not going to get confused like people do, but you know, they're subject to the EMF radiations too. So just say they're out of whack, they're getting out of hand. You know, the original program to just get decaying things and that's it, not become this pest. You know, so if you have this in your home, you can, you know, your vibrations are going to go up. So rodents have energy bodies too. Okay, so if a rodent's energy body is 100% healthy, it's not going to need to be in your home. It's going to have the confidence, the wherewithal to be in a place where it can thrive. And it's not going to be able to thrive in your home if your home has great energy. Okay, it's not going to want to be there. Okay, as much as it's a nice and it's not going to, the whole environment is not going to be for that pest. Okay, it's just not going to happen. Just think about it. You have orgone in your house, your vibration's high, you have energies, you become organized, clean. You know, all of these things that help manifest infestations for pests, they're not going to be here, so you're reducing your chances of having these problems. Okay, so it's not just about EMF radiation, it's about learning about frequencies and sounds and how to control these things with sounds. Like even pest control, they have these things where they give off these sounds, you know, that you can, subliminal sounds or just whatever, you know, like these tones that are just on the micro level, sub level. Okay, they're very, very high pitched. Okay, they're high frequency. It's not, it's very, like very, very high frequency, and this is basically drives them out. Okay, so that just goes to show it's about sounds. Okay, so you can go along and you could have poisons. Not only if you have children in the house is poisons bad, but it's just bad because those mice get eaten by other things and they eat the poison. It's just bad, 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 bad. So when you have a bucket trap, you know, you're going to catch them. In this case where I'm about to show you, I really, really apologize. Like, the thing must have been in there for a week, couple weeks, whatever. You know, I went down to check out my water pump. I had some water pump problems, and I looked in the bucket because I smelt something. I'm like, oh my goodness, right? And it's totally reminded me about a problem that I had with rodents, and a problem that I don't have anymore because of the orgone. Hey, you know, I'm not shitting you. Like, seriously, it even helps pests. You get it? You put it in your home, it helps everything. Okay? Like I said, my mom had the orgone. She got this thing called chalk or whatever. But she used the chalk before. She used everything. It wasn't new before, but it's the combination of things. Okay? It's the combination. The orgone and your intentions. So that's what the power of now is, right? The power of now and all these things are not going to mean anything to you if you don't understand how to create the frequency, you know, to go with that sound that you want, right? So when you're dealing with pests, you know, if you're in an environment that has just clean, high energy, they're going to starve there. They want misery, they want disarray, they want disorganized, they want trash, garbage, decaying, dying. That's the energy, you know. Like I was trying to explain to you, just because it doesn't look bad doesn't mean that it's not bad. You know, just by when you have misery in your home, you know, when you have EMF radiations just pummeling, you know, your walls and your windows of your home through your smart meter and your cell phone towers. This is a haven, okay? But on the flip side, on the flip side, on the flip side, this is driving animals in disarray. You know, like, you know, animals can't instinctually find their way home, you know, flying paths, bumblebees, very, very sensitive to EMF radiation. That's why in the United States it's a huge problem around the world, right? We need bumblebees for survival. You know, so all of these types of things are directly created, but inside your home, they're not going to find a haven when you're vibrating high, okay? And that's what we want to do. So this video I'm about to show you, I really, really apologize. Like I said, you know, this rodent was in there for a while. I didn't know, I didn't realize. And, you know, like I said, it usually was a mouse, but it's not a mouse, it's a chipmunk. And the reason why the chipmunk was in here is because it felt like it was a safe place to have its nest. And that's the bad thing. But, you know, on the flip side, like you have this orgone vibrating nice and high, nice and calm and safe. You know, it might not even be that, but I never really had a huge, you know, chipmunk problem. I can't say I've never seen them in the house before because I've seen them literally run in here. I remember one time coming in with a friend, we found some babies, right? But that's because it's a safe place, right? Energy that doesn't feel inhabited. But this place has been inhabited for a while, 5 years steady now, 6. So, you know, they should know better, you know, but it came in and it nested. You know, I'm going to put up some pictures of the damage that it's done, literally taking my insulation and making some bedding out of it. And, you know, so get some of this for you, protect your home, protect your environment. And if you have a mouse problem, if you have like a warehouse or just any type of mouse rodent problem, seriously, check this bucket trap out. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's the safest thing in the world. It's not the most humane because they're going to be swimming and suffering until they drown. But you know what I'm saying? It's good. It's all good. So I want you to check it out. All right, Organ Art by CAC, and the video is coming up. All right, support me. Hey everybody, Christopher A. Chaplin here. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Organ and Art by CAC. You can check out my website, artbycac.com. Right now it goes to my Etsy site for my books and my poetry. Check out masterpiecefactory.com. So I went downstairs to check out the water pump, and I noticed something in my bucket trap. And before I show you guys what I found, if you are sensitive towards dead rodents, please don't watch any further. But I got something for you. A dead rodent. Unfortunately, it's a chipmunk. Got into my basement. It was nesting. And it found my trap. How this thing works? It works exactly like this. You get a bucket. You put 2 holes, one on either side. You get a can, you put a hole through the one side and put the piece of metal rod through the can, through the other side of the bucket. You then put some peanut butter on that can. When a rodent smells it, it will climb up or jump up, and then it will jump onto this can where it will end up falling into the water and becoming trapped. It's not necessarily the most humane way, only because they're going to be swimming for a while before they drown, but I think it's most productive. It can be used multiple times. In the terms of, I've caught 3 mice in one night once last year. And during the spring and fall, that's when you have your rodent problems, because up north they want to come inside, getting warmer. So chipmunks, they come in and they try to have their babies and so forth. So I think I posted some pictures of some of the damage that they did in the house. They're nesting, and it works. So if you get a bucket, get a can, get a hanger, get some water, get some peanut butter or some Swiss cheese or whatever, and you can do it up. And there you go. Something simple. Rodent management. Check me out on Facebook, Organ and Art by CIC. Friend me, like me, follow me. Cheers.